Hello there, Bick Benedict here. We're playing Gears of War Reloaded, and this is my insane difficulty guide and walkthrough. Welcome to the walkthrough. This is the first act. Act 1 is entitled Ashes, and Act 1 1 is, as you'll see in just one moment, entitled 14 Years After E Day. So, uh, first of all, I just want to mention that I will be covering all the paths on this game. First, we'll do the training path, and then we'll do the combat. But Reloaded came out, and by Reloaded, it just means Gears of War 1. Now, there was an Ultimate Edition that I believe was exclusive for, the consoles and also exclusive for Windows 10 back in the day. Uh, Going on like 10 years now. And it was called Gears of War Ultimate Edition. So this is the uh, successor to that. It's, as it's known, Gears of War Reloaded. And what I designed to do here is to supplant the Ultimate Edition so that I will have this version be the companion guide to Gears of War One, the original one, which I'll be covering after I cover this game. So you'll immediately notice if you switch back and forth between this version and the original Gears of War One, is that the aiming has been significantly tightened up and finessed on this version, and it's a lot easier to run. They've also done a lot of changes, like minor changes as far as settings and options and things like that. I'll be going into the specifics of what this is. Essentially, what this version is, as it's being played on the Series X, is 60 FPS with upscaled 4K, and it also has I think it has the choice of enabling you to, if you like, to play on 120 hertz as well. So yes, as we go through this campaign, anytime there's a fork in the road, I will be covering both of the paths so that the guide can be more complete. And this is the longer of the two campaigns. Now, when I speak of the two campaigns, I speak of this version, and I speak of the original Gears of War 1 for the Xbox, which you can play on the Series X as well. So, this is the break in the path again. We're going to choose the combat scenario here. And on this first chapter, you just have access to the hammer burst, which I would never recommend having because it is a weapon that has less ammunition, and it doesn't have a instant melee kill feature on it like the Lancer does. So I would recommend never having the hammer burst on if you can have anything else, like the Lancer. But I was going through the settings, and they offer you these odd choices, like changing the reticle to whatever color you want: orange, pink, purple, green, yellow, anything you want, like the target reticle. And but they didn't see fit to take off the automatic reload feature. I really thought they would do that since they're revising this game, because in subsequent games, or at least I think, when did they start to do that? And maybe just the fourth game. That is a subsequent game though. But in subsequent games, starting at 4, they let you take off the auto aim feature. I wouldn't take it off in the first place because I'm fine having it on. But there's a lot of people out there that get really frustrated by not being able to toggle the auto reload feature, and it can get people uh, in jams that they don't want to be in. So the combat scenario is definitely the harder, but it isn't hard. Truly isn't. Um, so once you clear everybody out in here, um, what you want to do is try to get some more frag grenades. You should have 4. I don't think there's any down here, but there was a whole bunch up on that previous floor. And then when Dom says here they come, you can throw a grenade at first with the aiming feature. You can also blind fire the frag like I do there for a quicker throw. And that actually, I think it killed a few extra people for me, which I was happy about. Don't worry about Dom falling in combat over here. This is a pre-scripted scenario where he always falls in combat there. You're not responsible for picking him up as you are in Gears of War 2. But just bear in mind that even though you don't have to pick him up, if you've got him or other teammates that are down, they're not going to pull aggro and they're not going to assist you with getting other enemies killed. So even though it doesn't result in a fail state the way it can in Gears of War 2, if you're just with Dom or just with one other character, you'll want to try to pick them up anyway, just so that they can pull aggro and help out, so that you don't have to do everything. But insane difficulty is not the type of game where when you're in cover you can't aim. Remember a long time ago I covered Uncharted, the Uncharted series on Brutal, and I was mentioning that aiming is pretty much out of the question because as soon as you aim, you get killed so quickly. Well, this is a much more relaxed sort of game, and it's nothing like Brutal difficulty. It's not a very difficult game. I would say that this game and Gears of War 2 are not very difficult games. Gears of War 3 is quite difficult, because you get killed a lot faster. But in these earlier games, it's a lot more relaxed, and you don't have to worry about getting put down so quickly. You will have to get used to, the time it takes for you to get killed, and watch out for enemies that can one-shot you, like the grenadiers with the shotguns. So that has been the first sub-chapter of Act 1, and we will see each other in Act 1-2. And until we do, please take care.